Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back for another Hell Let Loose video with the Terminator. Hell Let Loose officially launched this week with Update 10, propelling the game out of early access with the highly anticipated Eastern Front and the much-awaited tanking overhaul. We've all been playing for a good few days now, and though the feedback channel on the official Hell Let Loose Discord is calling for holy hellfire, I would like to take a more balanced approach, starting with part 1 of my U10 reviews. So today I'll be running through the new maps, San Marino, Kursk, and Stalingrad, to explore how well they play and whether they were worth the wait. Let's get started. Every new update promises to bring new and improved gameplay, new maps, new experiences, and generally they do deliver, and Update 10 is no exception. The Eastern Front comes with fantastic looking maps that enable both highly engaging tank warfare and intense infantry gunfighting. The new sound and visual effects are seriously something to behold, with tank engines sounding better than ever, Katyushas causing complete mayhem as well, which is fantastic, and the Kar 98 actually sounds like a Kar 98, guys. And on top of that, we got the overhauled and rebalanced AT role and tank warfare. So let's talk about the map, starting with San Marino. SMDM is such a huge step forward, it's unbelievable. Gone are the massive fields with little to no cover. Gone is the very unbalanced, pain-in-the-ass strong points like the barn or the crossroads. And now we have an actual SMDM strong point in the actual SMDM city. In all honesty, it's a fantastic map that has been redone exceptionally well. It's a lot more balanced overall, with no real favor to either side in terms of strong point placement. The new buildings, courtyards, trench systems, and bushes that can be jumped over or shot through all make for a much more varied infantry gameplay experience, and the open areas and high ground all contribute to a much more solid tanking experience as well. Tankers will obviously miss the old SMDM for its vast field of view, for its true tanking potential, but this is an excellent compromise. From an optimization point of view as well, the map plays really well with little to no stuttering issues on my rig, which has an RTX 2070, 16GB of RAM, and 144Hz monitor. Everything renders in well, everything looks decent and plays very smoothly, so no complaints there. The only complaint I have about the map is actually the SMDM strong point itself, which doesn't seem as well designed as it could have been. There are too many courtyards that you can't get into, too little avenues and side streets to get into the main square and church, which all adds up to an infantry experience that is very frustrating. I constantly found myself trying to find a side street to get into, only to enter a dead-end courtyard or a tiny street that anyone in the square could just mow me down from. It's not what I was hoping for, and honestly, compared to the SMDM we had in the previous version, it's a step back, unfortunately. Overall, though, new SMDM is a very, very good map, guys. Next to San Marino, probably one of the best in the game, with decent performance, a variety of different terrain, and well-balanced strong points. And then we have the Eastern Front. Kursk is a mix of big trench systems and very open fields of alternating elevation peppered with half-destroyed buildings, windmills, and tank husks that really give you a realistic impression of the tank battle that took place here. It's got seriously good visual quality to it that I think every player appreciates, so very well done to the devs. For a new map, it's also very well optimized with little to no FPS losses, which is a great thing. Hell Let Loose often suffers from a lack of optimization on new maps, so to have this map be running as smoothly as it does is highly appreciated. But there are some serious issues. The map is very open compared to anything we've had before, which means infantry is always going to have a hard time with it. Yes, it's accurate because it was mainly a tanking map, but even so, some of the points highly favor one side because of this. Take Oleg's farm, for example. It heavily favors the Axis side because they have buildings to take cover in, unlike the Soviets on their attack, and the Soviets have to run down a hill to get to the farm, which is hugely disadvantageous for them. Another issue is the tanking overhaul, which was supposedly meant to fix tanks rolling over trenches completely, but for many wider areas of trenches, this has not been fixed, which means on a map that is covered in trenches, the tank drivers will most of the time have to carefully navigate around the trench system and constantly worry about getting the tank stuck. Not a nice thing to have to do. Overall, Kursk is a very nice looking map. I mean, it's just so well done, but there are some glaring issues with it that hopefully a patch will resolve. Let's hope that patch comes sooner rather than later. Last but certainly not least, we have Stalingrad, probably one of the nicest looking maps I've ever played in Hell Let Loose, especially when a Katyusha comes flying over. The sheer desolation of the city's landscape, the beautifully done Pavlov's house, the intense infantry warfare from ruin to ruin makes for an experience that really gets you into the Soviet atmosphere. It's as historically accurate as a map gets as well, which is very nicely done, and again, the mix of high and low elevation makes for really varied gameplay for both infantry and tanks. The strong points are diverse and well designed as well. Not many of them favor one side or the other, which is a great thing because, as we all know, unbalanced maps can make for easy steamrolls, thinking of Foy and Hurtgen here. The only thing I think Stalingrad suffers from in terms of map design is how vast the destroyed city landscape is. At times, it can feel like you're just going from ruin to ruin and from one section of the city to another that looks very, very similar. But the one thing on everyone's mind, and that essentially needs to be fixed as soon as possible, is optimization. For some people, Stalingrad performs well, but for a large number of people, the map is completely unplayable, myself included. The stuttering and lagging just gets too much and is very reminiscent of how Karantan launched, with massive dips in FPS in various parts of the map, especially when you come across large groups of enemy infantry. Many players have found that enabling DX12 in your game properties helps, so if you are suffering from these issues, definitely try this setting out by going into your properties in Steam and adding the DX12 line like so. But aside from that, there's not a lot else I've seen that can help with this kind of performance issue we're currently seeing with the map. We'll just have to wait for a future patch that fixes it and makes the map playable for less than a Super NASA PC. All in all, the new maps in Hell Let Loose are seriously stunning. San Marie de Mont is light years ahead of its predecessor, Kursk shines through with its glorious visuals, and Stalingrad is a truly epic map, really enabling that Soviet gameplay we've all been dearly waiting for. Update 10 promised to deliver some high quality maps, and despite some of the optimization issues, we definitely got that. Let's hope with a patch coming in the next week or so, we get some performance gains and we can really enjoy them to the max. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, give it a like and drop your thoughts or any questions in the comment section below. What do you think about these Update 10 maps so far? This is part 1 of my Update 10 review for Hell Let Loose, with part 2 looking at the tank overhaul and the AT role changes specifically. So if that sounds good to you, definitely hit that subscribe button to watch it when it comes out in the coming days. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.